Metal Nation, it is time for another metal promo review roundup, whatever we call it. So I'm Tim, and I'm joined by Mike. We're both from the folk metal band Eisenmore, and so we get promos, we read them, and we decide if we're going to give them one of our ears or two of our ears based entirely on the promo itself. All right, June release, HÄRDROCKER, Rider of the Night, on Rip Ride Records, out June 24th, 2022, on digital and CD, genres speed metal. From Mexico, tracklist Rider of the Night, 666cc, Black Leather Speed Patrol, Speed Motorized Rock and Roll, Rocker, Outlaw, Demon's Axe, that's Demonz, Lady Motorized, and Warhammer parentheses Thor. Lineup: Moy HÄRDROCKER, vocals, guitars, bass, and parentheses real drums. That's what it says. All right, Mexico. Travelers are praising the amazing beaches, excellent food, and beautiful ladies. If you're a metalhead and you are not living under a pile of rocks, you know how huge the metal scene is over there. There are tons of bands, killer festivals, amazing labels, and real supporters of heavy metal art. The underground is vibrant and always expanding. They don't seem to care much for trends. Old school metal is king. So why aren't there more established bands coming out from this mecca of metal? Well, once again, they are not supporting trends, but following their own path, which is mostly distorted, brutal, heavy, and oftentimes too much for the weekend metal fan. This can be said for the Central and South American bands as well, by the way. All this to say, Rip Ride Records is yet again very fucking happy to be working with yet another band from south of U.S. border from the fabulous Mexican scene. HÄRDROCKER is a one-man band featuring Moy HÄRDROCKER, a talented musician who was actually playing all the instruments on this record. There is none of that crappy drums programming to be found on this exquisitely intense, brutalizing raw debut album simply titled Rider of the Night. This Mexican classic's coming out on CD through Rip Ride in late June. There's a bunch more. let me skim it. In the interest of time. Oh, and Dave has joined us, also from Manowar. I mean, not Manowar. Sorry, I still see the Manowar poster. Also from Eisenmore, which is an anagram for Manowar.
Born to shield forevermore.
If you replace some of the letters, that is. Eisenmore. Oh, there we go. Born to shield forevermore. I love it.
Or something, I don't know. The right to sex in every show.
We talk about brothers as well, you know?
Yeah. The covers write themselves, and if they haven't written themselves, I've been thinking about the parody lyrics.
All right, I do have to read more of this because it's this.
Oh my god,
this label gets it. Our man is playing the old school game and plays it well. His influence are obvious, but it is, after all, the whole point in giving birth to HÄRDROCKER. The British gods of heaviness are at the forefront of the wall of sound, storming out of HÄRDROCKER's guitar and bass cabinets. Motorhead, Venom, and Judas Priest collectively are the blueprint for Rider of the Night. Think of Kronos' rumbling bass on the magical At War with Satan. Think of the filthy high-speed rock and roll tinged demolition derby akin to the classical Ace of Spades from the mighty, almighty Motorhead's best lineup ever. I'm trying to get the microphone into a Lemmy position.
There you go.
There we go. Where was I? Think of Judas Priest pounding metal classics for more melodic guitar licks and leads. The mishmash of sounds could definitely be described as true British steel from Mexico. A more extreme version of the good old days. Harsher, more brutal, darker, grittier, noisier, and proud. Proud to be different. Too much for some, and not in any way following the trend du jour. In Lament's terms, HÄRDROCKER delivers some of the high-speed, blackened speed metal punk, and Rider of the Night is a must for true fans of the gods of Venom and Motorhead and Judas Priest and some of their devotees, such as Gehenna, Nocturnal Breed, and Bewitched. The album will be distributed worldwide by MVD, and Planetworks promotion will be handled by Against PR. Rider of the Night is limited to 500 copies worldwide and coming out on CD in late June. Pre-order your copy now. Resellers, distributors, and stores should get in touch for very low wholesale prices. For fans of Venom, Motorhead, Judas Priest, Gehenna, I've never heard of the band.
Yeah,
Nocturnal Breed, and Bewitched. And that's ripriderecords.bandcamp.com. And there was one thing I glossed over this whole time, and that is that HÄRDROCKER has an umlaut over the A. And it's one word.
Wow.
All right. Oh, and let's meet the man. He is I don't know. He's wearing a leather vest with no shirt, as well as some aviators. And I believe he just washed his hair.
That's compelling. I feel like he's taken a lot from the late 90s pro wrestling aesthetic as well, which
yes.
Too much for some. I mean, what sums that up better than that phrase?
And the album artwork for Rider of the Night is a faceless motorcycle rider, and this has like a chrome skull on it, and he's holding a flying V that's being struck by lightning, and there are warriors he's riding over with his horse of steel.
Oh yeah. That's pretty great.
Yeah, so I'll go first. I can't wait to listen to this. This is 2 full ears. I don't give those out lightly.
Okay.
I what I get from this and the other Mexican bands that we've reviewed is I need to listen to more Mexican metal. That's all. That's what it comes down to.
I'm going to have to give a Schrodinger's answer here. It's either 0 or 2 ears. And the reason I'm leaning towards 0 is because there is no way that the music could ever be as good as that pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is nowhere to go but down.
All right, well, the assignment is based on the promo.
Okay, based on the promo.
Yes. However, so if you took the promo at face value, that's an absolute 2 right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But perhaps you're getting what's the best way to describe this? The promo's too good to be true. And you've been burned before, I'm sure.
That's right. Mike's here doing 4D metal promo reviews.
Right. So yeah, so that's interesting. I wonder if we need to refine the assignment or to define it better. Like, do we have to take these at face value? That's a good question.
That sounds an awful lot like preparation.
That's a good point. So I'm gonna let Mike give his Schrodinger's ear answer.
All right, so they're going to get the automatic ear for being Mexican because Tim raises an excellent point. Not to generalize an entire nation, but yeah, you can't go wrong with Mexican heavy metal. But I feel personally attacked when they have that line about the programmed drums. I mean, come on, man.
That reminds me. What was the release date on this? The 24th of June. So on the 21st of June, the new Black Metal Beach Party comes out.
Oh.
So that would be Endless Suffer. And
do you have a promo written for that?
I don't. I made a YouTube commercial. But yeah, I too feel personally attacked because never mind. I'm not going to admit that the drums are fake. In fact, I'll deny it.
Yeah, and I'll back you up. I'll swear in a court of law that I performed those drums.
There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, to bring it all home, man, Wintersorg, all the classic Wintersorg records that you love, programmed drums.
There's only 2 that have real drums, right?
That's all
It's
of the
only
classic ones, isn't it?
Visions from the Spiral Generator
Yeah.
and Focusing Blur have real drums. Other than that, everything else is programmed.
Wow, this guy Wintersorg.
Yeah, but their Wintersorg isn't speed metal.
Who? Well, yeah. Yeah.
But then again, I can't think of any speed metal
Wintersorg
bands with fake drums.
Wintersorg transcends speed metal. He's his own genre.
He's his whole thing.
Since we're Eisenmore heavy on this episode, I got the Eisenmore colors behind me.
Oh, this is good.
That was intentional.
I walked past Mr. V in a hotel lobby once.
Oh.
And could not bring myself to interrupt his morning to say something in like broken Swedish at him for him to go, we all speak English.
Did you give a rating? I wasn't.
Oh yeah, let me tie it all back together. I got distracted by Wintersorg. But yeah, they get the automatic ear for being Mexican, and so 1 ear total.
All right.
Overly convoluted, but there we are.
All right, moving on. Metacosmia. Release title. Did they put a title on this? No, they didn't. Metacosmia. Apparentos Cosmos with a K. Self-released. Came out in March 21st, 2022 on digitals. Genres. Oh man. This reads like a shopping list. Experimental metal, ambient black metal, black and death metal, atmospheric, and melodic metal. From Greece, tracklist, entropy, disorder, ataraxia, atomism, astronomicos canon. Oh man. All right. Megas. I think it's Diacosmos, but they didn't replace the capital Delta. So it's Triangle IAKOSMOS. And then Micros Diacosmos, and then Tetrapharmakos, Ordinary Matter, and the Absence of Suffering. Lineup, Petros Garomarkakis, R.I.P. Guitars, keys, and programming. There's 2 M's in programming, and this only has 1 M. So it's programming. And Vasilis Kakafikas on vocals, guitars, bass, and keys. Metacosmia, a musical duet, was brought to life with one purpose of imparting this long line of knowledge through recreating otherworldly musical landscapes for the perception to journey through, while specifically designed artfully structures and emotional crescendos. It is made possible for the listener to become initiated so as to finally attain this holy state of ataraxia.
Yes. Yes, I'm sold.
Quote. The release of this album is dedicated to the beloved memory of Petros Garomarkakis, one half of Metacosmia, the other being Vasilis Kakafikas. Petros left this plane of existence shortly after the creation of this album. He was a great artist and musician, but mostly a good friend. We'll meet in Metacosmia. All music and lyric, end quote. All music and lyrics by Metacosmia, recorded, mixed, and mastered by Metacosmia in their studios. And the Bandcamp is metacosmia1.bandcamp.com. So METAKOSMIA1, the number. And that's it. So there's no band photo, but we do get an album cover that appears to be some sort of lake with someone standing on the shoreline, and then there's a bunch of space and statues happening above them.
I'll confess this appeals to me greatly. I mean, it's silly, but I like the I like this aesthetic quite a bit.
Do you mean like visually, like album cover wise, or the notion of like the transcendental musical experience for the listener to
Yes.
guide their psyche through?
The answer, yes.
You know, a lot of the time, I'm unimpressed by that. I'm just like, oh, get over yourself. But,
I don't disagree.
But but I don't get that from this. So yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm 2 ears here. I'm actually quite curious.
Like reading this, I'm not get over yourself.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't smack of pretension. It feels like an honest and genuine expression. Like I was feeling like the RIP was a significant portion of what this album was representing. I don't know. It seems like I wonder what our departed other half was, suffering from in life, whether, it was like a proscribed end that he was dealing with through music or something somewhat more tragic or abrupt, rather, I guess not necessarily more tragic.
I get what you mean, though.
But yeah, wow. I too am like compelled to give this one of a rare 2 ears from me, usually reserved for one man black metal projects.
I'm looking for my applause, which I don't use very much.
Not usually.
No,
a lot of. Yeah, 2 years.
All right.
I gotta say.
Oh, I didn't go. I almost moved right along. I'm gonna give it 1 ear. I'm a little apprehensive because I'm worried I'm gonna listen to it and go, oh, get over yourselves.
I mean, to be fair, I feel that way about Agalok, and I still love Agalok.
Yeah, well, no, I don't get that from Agalok, but I do get the feeling that they'd be difficult to just hang out with.
Oh yeah,
It's okay.
It's chill? So I guess it's the opposite. Like, it's it doesn't come across as affected. This I'm so deep type thing with Agalok. It comes across as this is gonna be annoying.
What my most pronounced memory of Agalok, every time I think about Agalok, is that I was showing them to my friend Brent, who introduced me to quite a bit of metal, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is sounding pretty good." And then I don't even remember what album it's off of. If you gave me a few minutes, I could find it. But the song starts and it kicks into this like acoustic arpeggio, and then it's like, "I broke into a river of shadows," and he was like, "Oh, shut up."
Is it on the mantle?
I think, yeah, that sounds right. But that's what I think of. I see what you mean. That's how I think about Agalok. I think they're sort of stupid, but I love them.
All right, it's true. Yeah, and honestly, sorry to Will. All metal in its infancy came from some stupid idea with a bunch of dudes in a room. So.
Not true. Here's the counter example. Manowar.
Well, the exception that proves the rule, as always.
That's right. Hard to do when you're holding the tablet. All right. Last one. Melodic extreme metalers Moonshade released new single, Everlasting Horizons. Moonshade is a melodic extreme metal band from Porto, Portugal, founded in 2011. The band's sophomore album, As We Set the Skies Ablaze, will be released on July 22nd, 2022. So that reminds me. So that's a month after the Black Metal Beach Party album comes out, and a month before a bonus Black Metal Beach Party single comes out. Anyway, so follow Black Metal Beach Party at all your favorite locations, and you'll find out. Anyway, sorry to interrupt this promo with a promo, but let's get back to the promo that the promo interrupted. After releasing the singles Epitaph and Blood of the Titans, Everlasting Horizons is the third single from Moonshade's sophomore album. The song is now available on all major streaming platforms. This song was taken from Moonshade's upcoming album As We Set the Skies Ablaze, out July 22nd. Album pre-orders are already available at the following link. Here's the following link. There's no Bandcamp link either. How about just go to moonshadeofficial.com? There you go. The album was produced, mixed, and mastered by Afonso Aguiar. Titan Forged Productions. Single and album artwork by Credo Quia Absurdum. Band statement about the single. Quote, Let us tell you a brief history of tomorrow, deeply inspired by Yuval Noah Harari's Homo Deus. Our new single speaks about mankind's possibly infinite possibilities for cultural, scientific, and technological evolution if we only manage to not find ourselves extinct in the process. May we set the skies ablaze, and as the flames subside, gaze in awe at the vastness of the universe's everlasting horizons with all its wonders and horrors. Join us. You are expected. End quote. And then there is... I already lost track of what the album title was. So the album title is As We Set the Skies Ablaze, and there's the artwork for that. I don't even... It looks like a Mastodon album cover to me. You know, like, that has ornamentation around the band name. Everything's in,
right,
caps with serifs.
Yeah.
And then
if it's true to Mastodon, then it just goes on to suck.
And then
Ooh,
they
hot take.
Nice.
I also
they
did.
did. There's also single artwork, which is just like they kind of zoomed into the main artwork. I say no, I'm not. That's not a dig. That is.
I like that.
I think it's perfectly all right. And then there is a link to a video which looks like your typical guitar playthrough video, where it's some guy in some blank room playing on like a $4,000 guitar. And there is a band photo, and they're all wearing black except for Mr. Red Shirt here, and the one
He's the
guy
singer.
looks like Doug, and has some wallet chains. He's bringing it back.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah.
So Red Shirt came and it was like, wait, we're doing band photos today? Ah,
Fuck.
just borrow the jacket. Just come
You were
on.
supposed to wear a black shirt. There's black on this red shirt.
I feel like I've been that guy before.
You absolutely have. I wasn't supposed to wear a plaid button down. Mike, we're supposed to look cool.
Well, your first mistake was getting me in your band.
Way to turn it around on us. So here's my problem with this. If you do in fact set the sky ablaze so you can see the horizon, well, there's no more atmosphere and we're all dead. So
There's a problem.
Yeah. I'm getting some strong, like, Lost Horizon ethos vibes here. Like the whole power of human spirit to overcome everything, and like hyper positive cosmic willpower making everything great. And I love Lost Horizon. And also, I didn't catch what genre we are, but was it mellow death or melodic?
it is melodic extreme metal.
Melodic extreme. I mean, that
could be a lot of
could
things.
be a lot of, yeah. But I'm going to choose to believe that it's something akin to all of my personal favorite historically romance area of Europe power metal bands like Darkmoor and Rhapsody of Fire and Luca Turilli's Rhapsody and
What
etc.
What about shit? There were more.
Or was
What
another
about
one?
Torelli Leone?
Luca Torelli
Rhapsody?
presents.
Etc.
But all of that to say, I'm going to give this an ear and a quarter. And that extra quarter ear is because I saw that one of the guys looks like Doug and is rocking the wallet chains, which is something I can absolutely picture Doug doing to this day.
I'd bring it back too.
Yeah. So yeah, an ear and a quarter from me.
I will echo that. I will give it. Well, do I want to listen to this more than the other one? No, I'm gonna go with one ear. The other ear. So I'm gonna use one for the last one and the other for this one.
I'm going to give it one ear as well. I'm looking at a review right now that says on Metal Archives of their first album, says they've been influenced by Nordic melodic death metal, mostly by Insomnium and Dark Tranquility.
Oh,
they
should have put that in here.
Yeah, right.
I like those bands, but they are not like they don't. I'm trying to think of how best to put this. They're not like my go-tos on a day-to-day basis. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like
third tier favorites. Got it.
right. So it's good, but it doesn't like immediately grab me. So I'm going to give it one ear.
All right. Well, I believe that's it for this time, right? Right. Okay. Until next time, Metal Nation, keep it metal. Is that too many metals? No, it's not.
No such thing.
All right, metal listeners of Metal Nation, keep it metal, or else we'll metal in your metal. Cast them down.
Perfect.